afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and riveting, amazing Propagandacaster. I'm your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only master of propaganda. Off here to an exciting 1 vs 1 on Kholodny Ferma. In these cities, who run Bartertown, fighting for the Soviet Union, socialism, Communist Stalin. Taking on the role here of the 6th Mechanized Corps in the West. It is not Panzergrenadier Angreifen, there's some presenting him. It's IU, again, who might be Tiramisu, may not, I'm not entirely sure it is. By the way, they're fighting for the Oberkommando West, Germany, Deutschland. Taking on the role here of the 1st Panzerdivision, we got their Luftwaffe Ground Forces, Ground Defensive and Elite Armored with double infantry medical supplies versus Shock Rifle, Urban Defense and Airborne Troop Tactical Triple Infantry. And we got double forces here for IU, I was about to call them Angreifen, setting out there swiftly to grab as many critical points there for the glory of the fatherland in the south, who run Bartertown advances stalwartly for socialism. The soldiers passing forces northwards, probably to scout out what IU there's up to, and maybe also disrupt him a bit there with his conscripts. And as always, please remember to like, subscribe and share and press that bell button so you're more likely to get updated about the videos and more people or others around you. So, little note there. And that's what's coming up here. We got the country setting out there for who run Bartertown. Starting northwards, there you go, first shots fired. Most of the guns versus counter-anti-case, light versus heavy cover. Fultz versus conscripts. Fultz, we definitely have that one once, and then the ones in heavy cover. In the south points, this is being seized here. Who run Bartertown advances. Do carefully, doesn't get too fast off the fuel point there, be a bit awkward. Conscript about here, 3rd conscript on the way there for who run Bartertown. Fultz almost got the northern nation secured. In the south, continue grabbing here, Fultz coming out there for IU and Deutschland. Got more conscripting out there. We're probably seeing a 4th squad soon enough. They're skirmishing around the church. Constable down 1 man, but they will keep fighting valiantly for the Soviet peoples. 4th squad mobilized there, preparing for all-out offensive against the fascists. We got skirmishing here. Conscript versus Fultz Grenadiers again. Conscripts might have a slightly better chance now, since while the Fultz Corps are better at range, they can only shoot 3 men out of the side here, so that might give the Conscript a chance to with more arriving here. That should be a definite win there for him, quickly getting the upper hand. But now the tables are swiftly turned as IU moves in more forcefully towards the centre, surrounding the conscripts behind heavy cover. That's going to force a retreat here. As well, I mean, he can win more forces, but the conscripts in the centre won't last long enough for them to arrive. And it would be a bit of a bad idea here for who run Bartertown to throw an infantry squad this early on. We got more troops converging there. Got IU's going very hard here for the car. We got more Fultz on low frame as well, so both sides are committing heavily to infantry. Conscripts there being heavily focused down by the Fultz, and there's IU just continues to advance. We got Sturm Pioneers joining. We got a 5th conscript squad there for who run Bartertown. So that would indicate the highlighted for airborne troops. Since you're going for that many conscripts, you definitely can upgrade them with something with a bit more firepower, particularly versus all of these Fultz Grenadiers. So I'm definitely expecting here airborne troop tactics to be chosen as soon as he hits that one command point. In fact, before that, and there we go, so they'll be seeing SVT-40 semi-automatic rifles to take on the German threat here as IU continues to harass here in the service of the 1st Panzerdivision. Trot on the way there for him. Likely mechanized, could be a surprise move with the Kampfgruppe Hauptquartier, or Badgroup headquarters, but there's a good chance it's going to be mechanized. In the south, conscripts advancing it to try and fight for the fuel point there. Sandbags being thrown down there hastily by the Fultz Grenadiers there. Conscripts going to disrupt that though, quickly focus them down. They have not been able to finish it. And there you go, Brandhandgranate, forcing the conscripts out into the open. Can begin dropping down those SVT-40 semi-automatic rifles here. Bit of skirmish on the west side here. Fultz being slowly bled out. Fultz doing what they can. There we go. SVT-40s being airdropped here to support who run Bartertown, and the 6th Mechanized Corps. The Fultz have found themselves now suddenly surrounded. The tables have turned and it's being thrown at them. So there you go, Fultz are routed. 5 conscript build, very heavy build there, of course, in terms of infantry. I mean, weapons crate, they're ready to be picked up and the weapons taken out and utilised. And there you go, Sturmpanzer being called in next to cover by 2 conscript squads. That's going to be a retreat there, very good. Fultz being more conscripts ready to stop them, and now while IU was able to make a very broad advance, then very sharp advance, he ended up overextending himself, not being able to hold any of the ground. So he's obviously been just there for disruption, but at the same time, he leaves himself open here to a victorious counterattack here by who run Bartertown, who's just constantly calling on those weapon crates. Those jet taxis pick them up. I want to get some conscripts back for that. Coming up here, good lay down some sandbags maybe around here to make it a bit more easy to defend against any head-on attacks. Folks in the south here by the victory point. It's going to force a response here from Huron Bartertown to smack down those fascists. Back here, it's actually the Belgrave headquarters from IU here in a surprise move, which certainly is a bit rarer. We might see some flak half attacks, I guess, of the light infantry gun. Still no sign of the doctrine from him. He couldn't, there we go, flak half attack. Could in theory go for ground offensive to support things. Look for ground force will also work out. And of course, elite armament is always an option. But there you go. Huron Bartertown is just looking to aggressively disrupt his opponent by just going straight for that carve point. He will likely keep dropping down SVT-40s. But for how much longer, of course, is going to be the question, since at some point he's going to run out of conscripts to equip them with. But there you go, that's the third airdrop. He's yet to pick any of them up. He's probably been shown, say, more favoring just getting pressure on the field. Plus, I mean, he doesn't have to worry about, you know, his opponent rushing into the base and, you know, running off with them and just grabbing the munitions. So, I mean, it's kind of safe there. And there you go, force back. But even then, he's been able to disrupt his opponent's fuel supply, turn the tables just a bit there on the fascists. Back here, they'll concentrate reinforced. They can grab some of those SVT-40s, increasing their firepower notably. Black half attack almost done. That is going to require something a bit more heavy here from Huron Bartertown to deal with. SVT-40s aren't going to make absolutely no impact on this Teutonic mechanized monstrosity. So there you go. First SVT-40 there being handed out. One squad ready to go. And two others will soon be joining them in glorious semi-automatic heaven. So that definitely increases their firepower. Overall fun fact there, so we're actually supposed to like have the SVT-40S for the main battle rifle, but the thing is, by the time the war began, production wasn't ready for it, so while they had some, they couldn't equip all the mainline infantry. Most had to make do with the Mercenary Guard. So little fun fact, they sort of in that sense followed American doctrine, sort of put more effort or emphasis on the rifle as sort of the main weapons. They were firepower, whereas German and British doctrine focused on the machine gun. So little fun fact there, which tend not to get discussed a lot. Flak after the conscripts, suppressing the squads and the poor bastards in question. Still, that is 4 quantum squads there with SVT-40s, only 1 to go, but he also is going to need something to stop that flak attack, because again, the SVT-40s are not going to do it, no matter how much he believes in it. They're semi-automatic rifles, not anti-tank rifles. Comes to being suppressed with the flak attack, Fulton being assaulted here from the north, going here for deeper flank. He might try and threaten that he has anti-tank grenades, so then again with all those SVT-40s, there should be an indication that perhaps he's done. There you go, he actually locks it down there with the handbrake before moving on again. Still, looks like he was able to bluff his opponent into, you know, retreating there with it, but just the idea that he might have anti-tank grenades, obviously shouldn't risk that, so I can see why IU did it, but it certainly is nonetheless a bit interesting. My God, what's that they're holding? It's either anti-tank grenades or dirty socks, and I don't know which one I like less than throwing at us. Folks versus country in the south there. Assault rifles being handed out here to IU's infantry, showing them to fight the SVT-40 conscripts a bit better. There you go, 5th crate dropped in, going for the cough one again, but this time flak half track to the rescue, stopping those Marxists in their tracks. There you go, folks being surrounded by the SVT-40 wielding conscripts, and there you go, routed under heavy and ruthless fire. Other conscripts are being pursued. Got 2 kills on it so far. Engineers saying Norfolks. And we got a field on the way there for Huron Bartertown, the 6th Mechanized Squad. That's only going to help there is the flak half tag, any potential other vehicles or tanks that IU that might get down the road. His base always remains a bit silent. Flak half tag moving in. There you go, retreat. Sis-3 almost done there. And that will definitely give Huron Bartertown some of that anti-tank punch he's currently needing to knock IU off his ledge there. South points, there's a couple of the control for the retreat. More retreats there. He's clearly not intent on bluffing anymore. That'll someone eat the socks. Anyways, comes there being routed by the flak half track, swiftly and violently. You heard a force setting out, comes there being slowly suppressed, coming from the north. Catch the machine gun in a bit of a tight spot. Good move they're going for machine gun to help further contain all of Huron Bartertown's infantry, so it also means he's not reliant on the flak half track solely. That's definitely a good bit of redundancy there for IU. Up north there, folks are going for the northern point here. Who around Bartertown wants to find himself in the defensive as IU launches assault after assault. Going very aggressive there versus his opponent. Flag half tank moves southwards. We'll have to see what he does next to respond to all of this. We got Huron Bartertown, they're going for the 10% command. Could go for a fast T-70 in an Issue 6. Either way, that should threaten the flag half track, then get a bit more room to work with here against IU and the Germans. The first Panzer Division. Also got a bit of a tiny victory point lead here for the Germans so far, 463 versus 451. Conscript counter-attack in the south. Try on the way there for IU, probably going to have the Schwer Panzer headquarters. Mechanized rigging at this point will be a bit strange, a bit awkward. Like a slightly delayed joke that misses the right timing. There we go, full being caught by the conscripts and the Molotovs. They can actually use the building here somewhat safely against Huron Bartertown, but then again, there's still an awful lot of conscripts with an awful lot of guns, and they will have to retreat pretty swiftly in the end anyways. Shanty, I think, getting a wipe because they're looking to block the retreat path. They're good, doing heavy damage. You can see there with these 50-40s. The high rate of fire just also makes them so much better at wiping retreating units. There you go. Fulton squad wiped out. Quite the blow there to IU. And the full squad doesn't even have assault rifles. They're definitely outgunned here by Huron Bartertown and the 6th Mechanized Corps. They push ahead, but the south is being lost here. Good counter move there by IU. Dodging beneath here the main push. Of course, he's going to risk being cut off from his own resources. But then again, as Huron Bartertown's quickly extending, he could maybe set up himself for a nice counter-attack there. Slightly countering that, and we got the T-7 way there for Huron Bartertown. No Issue 6s, at least not now, though they aren't exactly a big part of the metagame. 12 points seized. Counter there being slowed down here by the flak half track and cut down by the flak half track. There you go, T-7 light tank out here for Huron Bartertown. Center victory point secured, card point grabbing the new northern missions and the victory point. The flak half track continues the pursuit. In the south, machine gun with all to holding up. We've got the T-7 setting in. Using the sandbags there to slow up any counterattack there from Huron Bartertown. We've got the machine gun backing out, making it a bit harder here, though of course the main issue is the T-70. I suppose focus in the machine can't do much about that. And even further here, Huron Bartertown set up for a flank there, though. I actually set up for that one. I actually expected that flank there. Very good move there with the focus in this car on the flank. Though again, it's not going to help much versus the T-70. Okay, out there, very good. But it's not going to be able to help in the south for now. In fact, the Fultons have a good chance of getting wiped out by the T-70 conscript combo. Ooh, almost shot his own. Conscripts the Fultons here about the card point. We got the flak half track moving up. Then 9 kills. Engineers from the north, and could very well add a 10th kill to that tally. In this case, did not. Trap hunted quarters up, just need to be activated or authorized to bring out the heavier stuff. And we got here Grand Offensive IU. Orbis line on the way, could have come with infant assault rifles.
We are losing territory.
Guessing a Panzer IV is going to happen next. I mean, he could try and stall for the Tiger tank, but it's not something I'd be particularly recommending in the current state of affairs. Would concede, I think, too much initiative there to his opponent. But there you go, constant moving in. Heavy fire from the flak half track. Stuart Pony is doing what they can. Orbison squad almost done. Mines exploding here in the center. Conscripts suffering several casualties as their men found themselves with feet lacking and missing. Stuart Pony is routed. Flak members joining in. Holding the line here by the northern point for Germany. In the center machine and the holder seeing them down there. Fulton setting out in the south. Huron Bartertown has made good progress there for the Red Army. Seizing the southern missions point as well. T-70 setting in there. Quick and swift maneuvers to keep his opponent off guard there with the T-70 light tank. Back here, troops seemingly reinforcing. Tank command a bit silent there for him as well. Just a bit silent. And then got a Kedmov shoots, and the constant retreating as the cover is starting to look suspiciously non-usable. Petrov, is it supposed to bend like that? Niet, I think it's time to get out of here. Units sitting up, we got a mortar on the way there for Huron Bartertown, partial support there against the Germans. Very good move there. Could be supposed to use to suppress machine guns, or like Kevin over the smoke, it just blast things. That also works. I'll wait, mortar almost done there. So far it's also worth noting we haven't seen much else of the Doctrine except the S5040s. We haven't seen Discos. Certainly no Guards Airborne as of yet, so we'll have to see what it ends up doing with it. Back here, troops in reinforcing. And fighting in the centre continues as IU is not letting that one go. Country sitting out in the south here. We got a bit of skirmishing. Got the orcs on the job, and they're going for assault rifles. And of course, they also know that means that the Share-Punted Quarters has received its authorization. And that means he can soon go for a Panther 4 and really begin delivering pain there to Huda and Bartertown. He will need another field gun, and he's going to need to somehow get tanks up faster than that. And by tanks, I mean tanks that are bigger than a T-70. Line for gun there for IU. Interesting pick. Both sides committing to artillery of the line of kind to put pressure on each other. Possibly also provide smoke screens, though we'll have to see. All we got here, who run Bartown's border, how to work there, bombarding the German positions there. Forcing a machine gun to abandon its post. This is otherwise Marshall get, caved in on it. The South coming about here. Mines being laid down there to obfuscate any flank attempts there. Very good move. And go Sturmpanzer right into a large horde of conscripts waiting right around the corner with a large amount of guns. And up north here, it's flanking attempt here, trying to harass there. IU very good, but he's quick to respond with a flak half attack and Volksgun's zone. In fact, punishing him as right there as he begins to split up his forces, meaning he's going to be even weaker to counter attack. So good response there by IU. He's going for Panzerfusilier. At this stage, I'd probably expect he's going for them to get Panzerschrecks on them, so he has more anti-tank weapons, but some that, pack a bit more punch in the shorter term. We got their Huron Barton with the mechanized armor company, but IU will be able to go for the Panzerfall first. Followed being glassed with the T-70. Got 5 kills on it, half 8 for T-2. We got the T-34-16 on the way there for Huron Bartertown. IU meanwhile is suffering a bit under some severe manpower bleeding, and so can't easily replace his, can't get out a tank, not replace it. Troops to healing reinforcing, troops sitting about. And there we go. Okay, no, he's going for the G-foot. He's actually expected Panzerschrecks. But always room for surprises. Always room for surprises. Okay, troops reinforcing T-34-6 halfway down, ready to join the glorious fight against fascism. With a 76.2mm gun. Oh, wait. Now he cancels it, and then he went for the Panzerschrecks after all. So a bit of a decision there by IU. Can't quite make up his mind. Do you go for the G-43s and shoot the Russians, or do you go for the Panzerschrecks and blow up the tanks? I can't make up my mind. It's so tough. And there you go. Flak after that. Got a bit too close to the fires of socialism and took several hits. They're almost getting knocked out, in fact. Pretty close there for IU. Mines being laid down there. Good work. Note they're both equipped with minesweepers. Allows them, of course, to repair faster. It also indicates he's clearly not too worried about having to burn out any Germans. He's more worried about having the Germans blow his men's feet off with the S-Mine 42 or Schützenmine. Mechanized armor company standing still as we got the T-34-6 out there. It's the late model, the 1942 model, which you can tell there from the slightly different tread, but also the 2 hatches there, which gave it sort of the distinct, what the Germans called Mickey Mouse ears when the hatches were up. Followers are being heavily engaged by the conscript, need to retreat soon, and there you go, quick retreat there in the centre, planning for the victory point there. We got 443 versus 276, in the south, victory point there, claimed as well by the German army, good pushes there by IU, and the 1st Panzer shown here versus Huron Bartertown and the 6th Mechanized Corps. Conscripts there brave with the dangers of the assault rifles, and then realise they can't actually do that, and then decide to retreat anyways. Further up north, a bit of engagement here. And there you go, moving up here, continue to retreat without a Molotov. They've no way of really beating them up in cover like that. That is interesting to note, he has not gone for any Molotovs here versus his opponent. In the south, T-34 counterattack proves to be volatile enough here for IU to retreat all of his men to avoid them being blasted to bits, even he's got Panzer traced out. Either they were a bit too late, or they didn't hit anything. And then we go into tank grenades and Molotovs now available here for who run Bartertown. Very good. Very good. Gives some more tools for dealing with IU and his forces, both infantry and armor. So nice work there. Nice work. He's also lost the conscript at some point, but then again with 5 conscripts he can't afford it. Though of course he may want to replace one of the lost infantry units later down the road. He could consider maybe some guards airborne with some machine guns or DP light machine guns. Both could be viable options here. Comes Living Express with a flak half check, eventually 211 kills, quickly racking up that kill count there with 13 kills now. In the south, showdown, the seas of the southern victory point there, but infantry nowhere else to be seen. Now up here we got constant charge straight into the Sturmpionierer, Fulton moving up as well. And we got a target tank here for IU. Not a huge fan of installing into the Tiger tank like that. Again, I feel like going for the Panther would have been a better choice, but either way, it's here, the Tiger. Die Tiger, which means tiger in German, for those unawares. Setting out there, adding the Panzer Commander swiftly, very good. Panzer is going for the T-71 rocket lands. The other one, the misses, a bit too low in trajectory. Tiger tank moving out here could give Huron Barton a bit of a 88mm shaped headache. Mortar crew, in fact, could suffer the wrath here of the mighty German Tiger tank. If you can see it, instead it doesn't. Instead it takes fire there from the Sister field gun. Mortar crew there, spotted and forced to retreat. Landing a pension hit there for the Tiger tank's 100mm thick armor. Up north, Obersoldaten leading a full squad here to charge and overcome Huron Barton's northern position. The conscripts frantically firing away everything they got. The trigger fingers numb from just constantly pressing that trigger. But in the end, there is no respite, no relief, as the Germans just keep throwing everything they got at them. And there you go, forced retreat, casualties lying dead in the grass. T-34 from 6, good to go. Tiger tank once more mobilized here for IU, and you can even call in a coordinated barrage if he has to, or wants to. There you go, great hit there, 1/3 of the squad gone, the other 2/3 are not feeling as well as they could be. A side effect of being very close to a Tiger tank's 88mm high explosive shell. Side effects may include death, dizziness, coughing up blood, limbs blown off, and a sort of other wide variety of nasty things. Check with your physician if being hit by a Tiger 88mm shell is good for you. There you go, rocket strike going in here, going for it, but in this case I feel like the angle of it is off. In fact, the rockets were mostly hitting the church, and the Tiger tank, while has suffered engine damage, is for the most part I think reasonably safe there unless he gets swarmed, and so far Huron Barton sadly does not have anything to really swarm with. Panzer flying, doing some damage there to the T-34. Field gun moving up, instead getting flanked with the Sturmpionierer, not Obersoldaten, guarding the crew with their assault rifles. T-7 they're trying to save the side, they didn't quite pan it off. T-34 escapes, could hit a mine in theory if there's any down here. There is not, so that's going to save the T-34 then. H-85 tanks are out here to provide support there. There's the Tiger tank, very good, and there you go, full constant launching ahead on assault. And overwhelming here, IU's forward position. Tiger tank trying to get away there with the damaged engine, having a bit of a sluggish pace. Artillery raining down there. T-70 charging in, H-85 moving in as well. They're likely going to use the T-70 to spot for the H-85, maybe try and get some shots in on the Tiger. Or he's just going to charge in the T-70 versus the Tiger tank. I mean, that's an option as well, but there you go. Panzerjäger ambush there, and there you go. Tiger shoots for the ruins of the house and knocking out there Huron Barton's T-70 light tank, leaving him a bit blinder now. Meanwhile, the Obersoldaten are cutting the conscript to ribbons, showing no mercy with the Sturmgewehrs. Flag half tank, meanwhile, encountering the H-5 tank, so it realizes it has other places to be. Like not within its arc of fire. Back here, troops reinforcing, conscripts running back and forth in the south. T-34-76 being repaired up there for Huron Bartertown. Smoke's been down there, I think, from IU's light infantry gun to obfuscate the line of fire there of the H-5. Very good. Still got Blee out there throwing down smoke. That's rude. The Germans, Dimitri. They're always rude. McKenna, everything moving out with a good shot there. Folks with pants fast from the T-54-6. Leaving it a bit stuck in the water. And there you go. Tiger Tank engine fixed up. Running at full capacity. Charges forward to the fatherland. Going straight for the T-34-6. Landing a great hit there with 80mm gun. They've got the H5 with an 85mm gun. They're opening up the Tiger Tank. There you go. Penetrating hits here. Tiger Tank being pushed back, and there you go, another damaged engine, down to almost half health. H85 looks like it's going to try and push it. Of course, got like Kholodny for preventing such a pursuit there. Good set up there. In fact, H85 down to less than half health. He needs to get out of there before like Kholodny does finish the job and leave Huron Bartertown shot one tank destroyer, which would be a devastating moment for him. Instead, he got like Kholodny for good work. Molotovs flying at the forces, enveloping them in their own personal inferno, and there you go. Tiger Tank shoots unit there, obliterating Dyatlov and Ivan. Tiger Tank there with 10 kills, calling artillery on the centre, and flak capture the rescue as well. Back here, troops in reinforcing. We'll obviously goes for next. The Panther will be a good move. He could consider a Yak Panther maybe, or a Panther to deal with the armour. We'll obviously be aimed for. Tiger Tank's engine once more fixed up, ready to challenge the Marxists. Another truck on the way there. Going to be mechanised, helping repair stuff as well. I suppose in theory it also gives them the option of a King Tiger if you lose the Tiger Tank, but in most cases people just tend to prefer the Tiger Tank over the King Tiger because the Tiger is more manoeuvrable than the King Tiger. It's also a lot less damn expensive. So there you go, another field gun out there. H85 good to go once more here for Huron Bartertown, equipped with an 85mm gun, which was adopted from a Soviet anti-aircraft gun. Little fun fact there. Little fun fact. Another fun fact is the H85 serves the basis for the issue 100, though they actually have to extend the chassis to fit the 100mm gun in, and before they had the gun ready, they then set up H85s using the issue 100's chassis. So, little fun fact there, and that would be known about as the issue 85M. Fighting up for the southern fuel point, good disruptive play there by IU here versus Huron Bartertown. We've got 420 versus 201. IU so far blazing through Soviet territories. Also against the conscripts, Sturmgewehrs and KNTKs here versus the conscripts related to force and the Mosin guns. And Yuri there bites the bullet. Figuring about here, line gun blasting away there. Malta with 1 kill so far. Comes against the folks in the south. Veterinary 4 versus Veterinary 3. Molotov here might give him what he needs, but without Molotov, he's just getting his men shot to bits. Rather pointlessly, one might add. Rather pointlessly, one might add. Finding around the centre there, we've got a big Soviet push here against IU. His forces holding the line quite nicely. The assault basically does not pan out all their food on part, instead just ends up sacrificing a lot of conscripts. Cut to ribbons in a shower of gore and blood. Now South Force with the country here, pushing them back expediently and violently. Troops sitting back here, H85 T-54 holding back here, waiting to make the next big push. Tiger Tank being slowly fixed up, 14 kills. In theory can use the Command Tiger ability, though I don't think we'll be seeing it. Back here, troops reinforcing for IU. You can soon go for Panzer 4 or Yak Panzer, he's almost got the fuel for those. And the manpower. Or of course might say up for the Panther instead. Getting bombarded. Tiger Tank with hits in one pound H5. The fields need to start firing instead of bombarding. Tiger Tank though taking several hits there. H5 lands another hit, putting it down to half health. Panther almost got the T-54 on there. Good Tiger Tank, very low health there, but it does get away here. It does live to see another day against the Soviets. Half 8 of it's need 2 as well. Fighting for the south, the Orbital pushing back the conscripts. 11 kills there. Sturmpioneer, half 8 of it's need 3. And the repair party as well there for IU. And to expediently fix up the Tiger Tank, but also had to do with less management required, which is always a plus. In the south, conscripts pushed there for the southern victory point. We got 420-117. Who run Bartertown means something about the victory point situation. We also want to like launch a small raid here on the northern point, send in a tank and then clear it out. Otherwise, he could risk getting into trouble soon enough, as he's very rapidly bleeding out of victory points. Conscripts the Panzerverlierer there, but very bad position for the conscripts. They're low on health. While the spirits may be strong, their flesh isn't quite as ready. As the target tank moves out there. 16 kills, close to veteran 2. Target tank there, 17 kills. Very close to 52. T-54 takes out from the Kholodny Ferma. Field gets pushed back under fire there from line for guns. We got a flare off there from IU, I believe. That was a flare man that went off. Not entirely sure to have a name, in fact. Constant hits into line for the Student Pioneer and the target tank. The casualties are punishing. And the south there full squad was cut to ribbons here by the conscripts. Good move there by Hoodron Bartertown. That's going to leave his opponent a bit short on infantry, which is always a problem in the longer game. There you go, Veteran 2 for Nation 5. Target tank taking heavy damage, forced away there. Meanwhile, got the conscripts pushing up to the south here, but running into some spirited German resistance, plus a fresh Panzer squad here. Full retreat there, we've got Molotovs being chucked like they're bloody candies. Flag after coming up there, Veteran 3. But also happy to detonate. Go T-54 going for it. He's going for it. And does it continue? No, he backs off. He backs off. 75 points left to Hoodron Bartertown. Needs to turn this ship around, or he might find himself on a train to Siberia, which I imagine is not where he wants to be going. As let's see, he has some slightly weird priorities in life. Comes to the ground, the centre victory points on one once more being contested and grabbed back here by the Germans. Panzer does hard at work. We got 420 versus 67. Something needs to change here with Hoodron Bartertown tactics, and there you go. Finally got to move towards the north to try and open up the frontage there, which I think is necessary. We got another T-54 on that way as well. And we still got like also the Sturmwick rocket run there ready to maybe do some disruptive work there versus IU. And there you go, grab the point with the T-54 from 6. Good use of the ability. Good use of the ability. Troops reinforcing. Big conscript push there from Hoodron Bartertown with a total of 3 infantry squads. Mortar there, Veteran 2. 5 kills. T-54 looks halfway down there for Hoodron Bartertown. There you go, tackling northwards there. 420 versus 59. The situation is getting ever slightly more awkward here for Hoodron Bartertown, as he's going to have to pick up some really good excuses to give to Stalin if he loses this. You see, the Germans were like 3 meters tall, and they were shooting lasers out of their eyes. And they've got the Autumn again, they've got Molotov in there as well to make it a bit hard for the opponents to charge in. But there you go, blend curve off, returning the favour there nicely. And there you go, Conscript just being executed ruthlessly. In the centre there, we've got heavy fighting as well there. Conscript versus Volksgrenadiers, F-64 versus Sturmgewehrs. Molotovs being thrown left and right here. Conscript being slowly scorched to crisps. They should hang about. T-54 watching south to grab the point there. We've got finding north point here, but the target tank can contest the point as well. Close to victory 2 on that target tank with 21 kills. Centre victory point there. Being grabbed now by the Germans. The Conscript being pushed back by MD-34 and Panzerverlierer. T-54 though dashing in heroically to save the day. Push back the Panzerverlierers. A close shave there for Hoodron Bartertown and the Red Army here. Southern victory point seized by the T-54 from 6 halfway to the ace level. Target tank setting up very close to Veteran 2. There you go, directed from Initiative 5 on the target tank. Back here, troops in reinforcing, getting ready for the next big push, or the big next defense against another of the IU's pushes. It is worth noting, it's starting to focus heavily here in the centre. You might want to be careful he doesn't suffer from tunnel vision, like if you could pull off a good assault from the south here, sneak up there, and maybe pull off something here. I think he had a much better chance here versus Hoodron Bartertown rather than just charging into his field guns every single damn time. That's just me. That way, should at least use the line field gun to like smoke the area up here, in which case he can bypass the field gun to get past them. Worth noting, he's actually floating a lot of fuel. He's also bleeding out a lot of manpower, so he can't easily bring up more armor, which is probably what he should be doing by now. Well, he should be doing that by now. Scratched, probably he should be. Cutting through the center strength line of fire of the Tiger Tank. There you go. Yuri splattered out across the ground. The Tiger Tank 22 or 88mm gun. Ishtar moving northwards here, trying to sneak up some shots there in the Tiger Tank. Getting up shoot to get to go down the Ishtar tank destroyer. Sturm Pioneer blocking the count from clearing up by Kedman too easily. Doing heavy damage to the Sturm get the unfits, and there goes wiping the entire squad. And we could see a wipe here, we could see a wipe. Oh! That's going to hurt Hoodron Bartertown and the Red Army. Tifa coming up here, halfway to the ace ground fire line of the Tiger Tank there. Field guns moving up, and there you go, directly on the Tiger Tank's 100mm thick armor. Tries to shoot back and get a hit, doesn't work out, and we got another wipe here against IU. Down to just one Volkskrieger squad now, one Oberstland squad, one Panzerfleet squad, and the Sturm Pioneers. Flag half rushing northwards, comes around the victory point there. Hoodron Barton now beginning to exact his strategy much more specifically on the victory points, down to have a slightly broader appreciation of the map. Suddenly realizing the north matters now that he actually needs to get victory points. So at least that's a good awakening there he's having, but he could have been sharper about that. Another push for the center by the few plucky Volksgrenadiers, but no, cancels as he realizes there's nothing to back them up. They just be sending them to the slaughter. Fire there, trying to silence here Hoodron Bartertown's mortar. Another hit there. Concept setting out. And there you go, heading in the northern point there with the machine gun to contest it as well and protect it from any Soviet harassers. 59 versus 31. You can see the Hoodron Bartertown now quickly closing in the gap between the two. Volkswagen straight for the 85 tank. So Tiger Tank dashes ahead. We'll be seeing a good push here. He's just going to move slightly ahead and then back off again. There Godzilla called in, but it does look like a slight push, but then backs off. Could have called in smoke to make it easy. Didn't. Tiger Tank set up doing a lot of damage and just ended up feeling like wasting that munitions. Ultimately just knocking up some of the dirt, but not really killing anyone. More artillery fire, more death, more explosions, more screams. Tiger Tank, they're slowly approaching Medicine 3, but it's happening at a slow pace, and there you go, T-54s. Shatter the Panzerfleet's will to grab the point of my pods and getting some hiccups. And we got a Yak Panzer down the way for IU and the German army. North here, flag half-attack versus the Kunstler squad. 30 kills on that flag half-attack. Really impressive work with that one, to be honest. Really impressive work. But he needs to put more pressure on the southern victory. Like, he needs to try and sort of draw Hoodron Barton away from the south, or the centre one, then hit his isolated force, and that way try and build up here. If you just keep chatting at the field, they should find it's just going to take too much damage at some point. He's not going to be able to get the Tiger Tank out. And there you go. Conscious waiting right around the corner. And there you go. I think that's a punishing moment there that Hoodron Barton was making for the mistake as he was waiting for. Tiger Tank taking damage. Got smoke bombs called in by IU. A bit late to the party, it does look like the Tiger Tank will escape. No, it does not escape. It takes one more hit, then the Tiger Tank goes down. A significant blow hit to him. You can theoretically replace it with a King Tiger, except he just went for the Yak Panzer, which can help a bit, but still quite a blow there. Punishing for just all these head-on attacks against Hoodron Barton with no real preparation, no smoke screens, no nothing. Definitely not efficient play there, and that was definitely, in the end, what's going to come down to a time, just who makes the biggest mistake, or the most mistakes in this regard. He made the biggest one with just charging his Tiger Tank like that. Sturm Pioneer swapped out as well. Significant blows here to IU and the German army. Here the first Panzer is bleeding up. We got the Oberstland moving in, but they're also getting focused down now, and will have to retreat as well. Could see another wipe. In fact, that'd be huge. Not using just the Tiger and the Volkskrieger squad, or Sturm Pioneers, but also the Oberstland. No, they do manage to survive here. Flag half-track very close to 24, but the situation here for the German army is a bit on the dire side. Now it's Hoodron Barton's got the larger force here, 85 population points versus the 58 of IU. He's got several tanks, he's got mortars, he's got anti-tank weapons, he's got roughly the same amount of infantry, but he just has over large in numbers. He's got almost all the victory points now. Plus he's got so many resources. So we could easily just call in more T-34s going off the trees. There we go, Smokescreen called in. Finally, looks like I realise he's got smoke shells as well. Fulton routing out. Direct hit in the Yak Panther of the HU5. Ace level gain in the HU5. Yak Panther falling back there. HU5 barely misses the Yak Panther. Flag capture there, very, very, very close to the ace level. Troops still reinforcing. I'm guessing he's going to go for the King Tiger, the Königstiger, or he's going for another Tiger tank. Although we'll find out soon enough. But considering he's not going for Panthers, Panzer Forcemen, or Yak Panthers, now he's definitely aiming for some sort of really big tank to hit over Huron Bartertown's hit with. Meanwhile, Huron Bartertown can easily just get more tanks if he wants, I think. Or maybe not, actually. Oh, he can go for another T-54. Or he could go for the Katyusha rocket truck, and that way deliver some more artillery there against IU's positions. Yak Panzer there with his high velocity 700 gun. Direct hit in the T-54-6. Flak half tacting hit and gains the ace level. Another hit there, Panzer shot. Almost got the T-54-6. Can he take it out? His Yak Panzer's almost veterans one. There you go. Can call him the Tiger tank, but he isn't. So it's starting to look like a King Tiger. And really, you don't see a lot of Tiger into King Tiger moves. Usually because either you're sticking to the Tiger tank or going for the King Tiger. And more commonly, the Tiger tank is just what people go for. So a match where you actually see a Tiger into King Tiger is actually quite rare. But there you go, you should be able to call in now the Königstiger, the Tiger 2. Fun fact, Königstiger does not mean King Tiger in German, actually as a reference to the Bengal Tiger, which was called Königstiger in German. It's a little fun fact there. So while we call it the King Tiger, technically it's supposed to be called Bengal Tiger, but obviously King Tiger sounds much better. Anyways, T-54-6 on the way there. More for Huron Bartertown, bring up more tanks to shatter the fascist wills with. Obviously against the King Tiger it's going to be a bit trickier, though not impossible. They can swarm the King Tiger with them, they can do a lot of damage to it. Pentagon on the way there for the King Tiger, charging ahead there. Equipped with an 88mm high velocity gun, thusly had more penetrative power than a regular Tiger tank, but had less explosive power due to the high velocity of shell sort of has to survive, you know, to hit the target, less like high explosive chemistry has to like a thicker shell cake, you know, coating or whatever it's called there. Thus leaving less room for high explosive filling. So a little fun fact there. But obviously, it would have been able to punch through, I think, almost any tank in the war's armor. I think practically anything. But anyways, comes there routed by the King Tiger. 2 kills already. There you go. T-54-6 ready as well. Putting at 3 T-54-5 versus the Yak Panther, the King Tiger of IU and the 1st Panzer Division. Panzer is sitting up. 1 kill. Concentration range to the MD-34. Line for gun bombarding away merrily. Halfway to Veteran 4. Direct hit on the conscripts. HU5 ace moving up. Trying to line of fire by Kidnapper. King Tiger 90 still great hits. The Yak Panzer there wasn't quite there. I mean, he might have a chance of taking out the HU5. Could that have been great there for IU, but it didn't. 200 points left. Huron Bartertown is really close to the gap here between the two. We got the T-34 basically down the southern point there. I feel like he could be doing something else there with it, but that's just me. Orbside moving in here. Straight to line of fire the T-54-6s. Jürgen drops dead as he takes a direct hit here, and poor Ludwig joins him in the afterlife. Smokes from down the centre, might be lining up for an assault just to disrupt his opponent. Yak Panzer moving in. Direct hit on the T-54-6 which gains the ace level. Constant charging at the Yak Panzer. King Tiger in here. Direct hit on the T-54-6 almost got it. Phil doesn't respond to the rival of the King Tiger. Got the HU5 looking to sneak in some hits on the Königstiger. Church collapses though from an errant shot there from the King Tiger. Yak Panther shoots, misses one. The HU5 in the hand does not. Piercing the King Tiger's thick armor and causing it more structural damage. Sturmpuning are there for IU to replace the ones lost, but also more importantly, picks up his damn King Tiger. Panzer's on the hunt there for the HU5. There you go, rockets fly, and they both land a hit, almost taking out the HU5, but it survives. It can still fight. And he doesn't have anything to immediately sort of push in and sort of finish the job with. Yak Panther there halfway down to Veteran 2. Landing on there with 11 kills. Close to Veteran 4. 20 kills in the Obersoldaten. HT-54-6 races ahead there like a cavalryman. There you go. MU-54 caught by it, but Kevin was spotted as well and routed. Really bad news there for IU and the 1st Panzer Division. As Huron Bartertown is showing no mercy. There you go. The Kidnapper crew gets splattered across the ground. Light infantry gun also perishes. Ace 2 support weapons with quite some veterans there annihilated here. by Huron Bartertown's T-Fit Force from 6 now with 30 kills. Conscript taken out with the King Tiger. 6 kills there for the Fatherland. Almost got away from the retreating Conscript, but they do get away. 2 squads containing the south center there, and still nothing on the south there from IU. King Tiger pushed back again. Yak Panther almost good to go there. Halfway to Infantry 2. King Tiger is going to need some repairs as well, but looks like he has to risk it. He's calling in smoke there to slightly assist with it. Though unfortunately, calls it a bit off as it can't actually come against the field gun, forcing the King Tiger away there. As the field gun gains ace level, meaning it can easily penetrate the King Tiger's armor, and more importantly, it can shoot fast. Yak Panther there hiding out, though cautious movement, nice work. And certainly, units like the Yak Panthers do benefit a lot from that lower profile, as it made it much harder for them to see by advance, and tanks that can set up a nice ambush and that way destroy easily. There you go. Ambush hit there on the Yak H-55. King Tiger taking heavy hits from all the tank and tank destroyers there. Yak Panther gaining eventually 2, gaining a few nice bonuses there. But it's taking heavy damage there from the H-85. Folks fighting around the center, Panther fast off, but there's just so much firepower here from Huron Bartertown, and IU is just lacking it. Like, you can't really contest all of this firepower in the center. That's really also the issue with the King Tiger. Even with like 200 damage per shot, like, it's just so expensive, it doesn't have enough for really what it's cost. And there you go, flat half track there. Both shots missed. Incredibly lucky there for IU. Almost got the T-56 King Tiger moving in. Flat half track down. Panzer's moving up. They're getting blasted as well by the fleet of T-34s there. And IU is just struggling here now against the armored might here of Huron Bartertown and the Red Army. Again, who just has so much firepower. And he just keeps attacking head on, like he needs to somehow like diffuse the firepower. He needs to, like, split up his forces and defeat him in detail. But currently he's just playing to his opponent's strengths, which is not really what you want to be doing. Like, what he needs to do is somehow bait his opponent to find the King Tiger one-on-one where the King Tiger will win. But against larger numbers, the King Tiger just falls short. I mean, that would somehow have the ability to call in more than one King Tiger at a time, but obviously that's not happening. So while IU and the German army clearly still has some big tanks and other stuff there, they need to be smarter about how they apply them to destroying the Soviets here. Otherwise, I mean, they're just going to get shot to bits by all of the firepower his opponent's got lined up, because, again, he's got a lot of firepower. I mean, 2 ace field guns have an incredible high rate of fire. H-5 as well, the ace level, good rate of fire, good penetration. Like, it can just tear through that King Tiger rapidly. And then, of course, all the T-34s, which at Infantry 2 and above, really also get higher and higher rates of fire. So just late game, I mean, Huron Bartertown just has inordinate amounts of firepower. Also, then the run as the T-54 and 6 aggressively pursues and harries them. Pushing for the center again, we got the Yak Panther there, halfway to the east of Infantry 3 there. Smokes bombing again, very good. Morphs there, bombing up as well. Might want to use Spearhead to just get some slightly better turret rotation as well. And then go double field gun from Barton here, the center victory point. Saturating the area there with the high explosion. There you go, Attila called in with the King Tiger and the field guns, forcing them a bit away. Punches the ultimate force retreat. There you go, counter-attack going in. If Huron Bartertown, the T-Fed force, the engineers charge in. But there you go, T-Fed force moving in as well. Sion Pioneers almost wiped out. Yak Panther moving in. T-Fed force from the south as well, constantly about. We got a Kevin coming against that at least, but not against the field guns and the other T-Fed force in the H-5. Things are tensioning up here in the center. We've got 133 versus 59. King Tiger bounces shot. The Yak Panther lands a great hit. The Kevin lands a hit there. Chance of taking out the H-5, maybe, if he commits to it. But there you go, field guns hammer the Yak Panther, forcing a retreat. And the Yak Panther misses the H-5 narrowly. So close. Also very close to the H of H-3, not the ace level. I keep wanting to say that, but it's not. Empty for the force setting up here. Ooh, direct hit there. King Tiger, the launch return hit there. Conscript was almost wiped out by it. I mean, Huron Bartertown could also just try and flank about here, but for now he's got the victory points, and like the way sort of IU's playing, I mean, he can just sort of exploit his mistakes much more easily. There you go, King Tiger with folks are being blasted. No smoking from the infantry gun. Field guns, T-Fed 435 just firing away maddeningly at whatever IU push ahead there. Great hit from the H-5, then the King Tiger, Kevin being pushed back. In the south, things exploding. Minefields in the way. All of a sudden, there, 10 great hit from the T-Fed force from 6, 32 kills on it. King Tiger being pushed back here by the Ace Tank Destroyer from Bartertown and the 6th Mechanized Corps. He's also floating a lot of resources because he can't spend them. Like, he's got no bunkers to build. Like, he could build more fuel caches or munitions caches, but the problem is he's got nothing to spend the fuel anyways on. The munition doesn't, like, he doesn't have a lot. They could spam mines, I guess. That's about it, really. Maybe some rocket strafes. Yak Panzer getting veteran free. Nice work there, but the front line is shrinking in here from RU and the 1st Panzer Division. It is rapidly turning into nothing. Concentrating about there. 28 and 21 kills. Straight into the line of fire there. Finding the south. Direct hit there. Veteran free down the Yak Panzer and avoiding repairs. King Tiger hit, but it's alternate repairs. He's finally popped spearhead mode, which is great. But he's sadly not using it for many spearhead mode offensives. Panzer 6 moving up, there we go. Line being cleared out again. You can actually try and destroy it here with the tank destroyer and the field guns or whatever. Or the T-34's like plenty of things to destroy it with. He just needs to move out and shoot at it. King Tiger taking hits, there we go. Till called in by the King Tiger and the field gun. Quickly falling back. Orbs line charging and the Yak Panzer into bag up. There, good. Nice hit on the T-34's bomb grenade. Shatters an entire concert hall, leaving nothing but limbs. Almost got the T-34 there with the almost Veteran 4 Yak Panzer. Very close to Veteran 4, which gives it a higher rate of fire, even more so. But there you go, Ace Field and lands a great hit. King Tiger gaining Veteran 2. Small win there for IU, and there you go, Veteran 4 Yak Panzer. High rate of fire now, shooting away at that HU-5, but has to fall back. This is shaping for the German army remains a bit bleak, and we got there you go, T-34 and Light has lost the conscript, just calls in more tanks, and the Kholodny Ferma crew gets annihilated. Point blank range to the high explosive shell there from the field gun. 9 kills, 4 kills. Floating out there, past the broken bodies of sewed infantrymen. Going straight for the Kholodny Ferma. And then you got HT-54 tanks, and he immediately kills the gunners. The situation is not improving so far for the Germans. They have fought viciously, but there have clearly been some issues. King Tiger, Yak Panzer going for it. T-54 clashes with it, taking heavy catastrophic damage there from it. Almost being taken out there. There you go, T-54 down. That's a high velocity 75 munitions shell there. Pierces the munitions. Hold them, blows it up, and there you go, rocket strafe against the King Tiger. King Tiger who dodges it, and it's mostly a nearby wrecked building that takes the punishment there. Problem is both heavily damaged. He's running out of victory points. Interesting enough, there's been no action around the north here from Bartertown. I mean, he could increase the bleed then. IU, who's actually going for the southern victory point. T-54 so sweeping in to deal with them. Good chance of getting a wipe there. There we go. Annihilated. No survivors, no mercy. Troops being suppressed there. King Tiger blasts them. Always being shot to bits. Blend cover up. Obviously, they need to retreat. Bit here in the field gun, but not enough to stop it, obviously, since the crew's still alive. Very much so. Yak Panzer at it again. And the HU-5 charges through the smoke. Yak Panzer being pushed back here. King Tiger got the field gun down to half field, but he's taking heavy damage in the process. Machine gun joining in the fun there. Could consider it sending Alpine guns to make it a bit faster. King Tiger's almost down. There you go. Sliver of health left here. Can it survive much more? One more hit maybe, and there you go. The King Tiger is down, and with that I think IU is out of the game. Yak Panzer's engine is also out of commission. It is very close to the ace level. We got 71 to 57. But he's barely got anything left here, and Bartertown still has a massive force and massive reserves. There we go. GG. Game over. A loss here for the Germans. A victory for the Red Army. A brutal spectacle here on Kholodny Ferma with a lot of damage, a lot of killing being done there, but I think primarily just damage. So much damage. Also a lot of casualties. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on, tell your friends, tell your family, but don't tell your enemies. This is Imperial Links and cheers. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you all tomorrow again for another episode. Bye.